piece you are listening to is a school song by Welsh composer William Mathias. He wrote it at the age of just 11 whilst attending Whitland Grammar School in Carmarthenshire, West Wales,
where I'm standing right now in the dreadful Carmarthenshire weather. His attendance at the school is actually marked by a plaque opposite the school in the house where he lived, which I'll try and find in a moment.
Some 40 years after Mathias had left Whitland Grammar School, the school song was still in use. I know that because I attended the school and I sang it. It really is a wonderful piece. It has a really fantastic melody, strong harmony, and a really chunky piano part. And we really love to sing it, which is quite surprising because we normally sang so badly in school assemblies. This has always made me wonder whether this piece is one of the earliest examples of a defining characteristic of William Mathias's musical style, his direct and generous communicative ability. Maybe that sounds a bit weird. I mean, don't all composers communicate? Let me explain. Mathias's early musical life corresponded with some pretty dramatic developments in classical music, particularly the music we now refer to as the post-war avant-garde. To generalise, the post-war years were dominated by composers who wrote often deliberately provocative works that pushed music into new realms of expression. These figures included Pierre Boulez, known especially for his techniques of serialism, Karl-Heinz Stockhausen, known especially for his pioneering work in the field of electronic music, and John Cage, known especially for incorporating elements of chance into his work. His most notorious piece, 4 minutes 33, consisting of nothing but silence. Mathias was very much aware of these developments and the incredible new possibilities that they offered. But he also sometimes railed against what he saw as the limited expressiveness of some of this music, saying that it sometimes gave the impression that music was, and here I quote, there to talk insistently about tragedy, that it must always be unpleasant because that is the essence of our time. He went on to say, and I quote again, that music does many things. It can be tragic, but it can also be extremely happy, and it can be, in my view, an act of praise. These statements provide the key to understanding William Mathias's music. The composer showed an uncanny knack for writing pieces of great range, both within pieces and between pieces, which nevertheless sound as if they're by the same person. Take his most famous work, the royal anthem he wrote for the ill-fated wedding of Prince Charles and Lady Diana Spencer. It is really a rollicking piece, just like the piece that we heard at the beginning, made even more so by the injection of dance rhythms, another particular Mathias stylistic trait. And then listen to another work designed to be played in a church building, his cerebral and impressive Finestra, which features a clustered harmony more redolent of a composer such as Oliver Messiaen. And you'll often find this range within a single piece. His harp concerto has a dark central movement. And a joyously tuneful third movement. What What you are hearing in these works is a composer who managed to plug into and reflect the music of his time, embracing its darker elements where he saw fit, whilst still being able to write a good old-fashioned tune forged from tonal materials. This makes him a great way into exploring 20th century music, because he always leaves us with enough of the familiar, even whilst embracing the less familiar. This was the function that he served for me as a young composer growing up in the school that he had attended many years before me. His music unlocked my ears to the sounds of 20th century music and also prepared them to listen to more and more experimental music. Mathias's wide compositional range also became personally important for me as a composer, and these days I'm just as happy writing a tuneful piece for use in church as I am writing something a little more foreboding. Mathias's attitude to the music of his time, engaging with it where he saw fit, whilst continuing to acknowledge tradition, meant that he was often labelled as a conservative composer. The prevailing attitude that one had to adopt a purely 20th century mindset whilst composing just did not suit him. It now seems pretty clear, however, that history was on his side, with many of today's composers being open to all kinds of influences and writing in many different genres. I'll leave a few links in the description so you can explore William Mathias's music a little bit more if you haven't already. I absolutely urge you to do so. It's wonderful stuff. If you do, you'll probably become a lifelong obsessive like me. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed the video, why not give it a thumbs up? That's always very helpful and be very appreciated by me. You could even subscribe to the channel if you like. I do plan some more videos like this. I'll sign off by playing that school song one more time, but without me speaking. It's a magnificent piece and worth listening all the way through. And it's probably the only recording of the work, and it was recently made by ex-pupils of the school with for that added authenticity. Enjoy. Diolch yn fawr i chi gyd.
Fe ganwn gyda'n gilydd cân yr ysgol, a geiriau gan y prifardd Geraint Bowen, a'r gerddoriaeth gan William Mathias. Diolch.
No.